technical difficulties getting started here, so pardon me being a little late, but we're here. We're here. We're here. We're queer. Hey, what more could you ask for? Um, Happy Thursday. Happy walking the path. Today's topic is don't fight the feeling. Don't fight the feeling, baby. What's up? Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining. I love this topic today, don't fight the feeling, because it is all about the feeling. But so that's part of this is I'm at Rythmia, and we are hosting a retreat every week. And this week, hey, I can't see you. Hollywood, what's up? Andy, good to see you. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. I was saying hi to everybody over in Instagram world. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody in Facebook world. So, we're hosting a retreat every week at Rythmia, and this week is no different, where we're really talking about feeling, getting out of your head and into your heart. So that's one part of don't fight the feeling. The other part of don't fight the feeling is don't fight the feeling that you're experiencing, whatever it is. Frank, what's up? Good to see you. Don't fight the feeling. Don't fight the lows. Don't try and hang on to the highs, and don't fight the lows. That was really coming to me. And I see it so many times with my clients, as I'm working with individuals on integration and recalibration. Especially people coming out of a retreat, right? It's like, oh, then life should just always be this way. I should always feel this great. And I don't want to lose it. I was talking to a client yesterday, and he said, here's the deal. He felt like he was like losing everything that he had gained from the retreat. And I said, no, you're going through a contraction right now, and that's totally normal. You can't just expand. You have to contract. But what it feels like to us is it's like expansion and contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. And that's not the case. The truth is that it's expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. And so wherever you're at, when you're going through a contraction, after you've had a huge spiritual insight, after you've had an amazing experience, a mystical experience, you had a wonderful weekend, whatever it is, you're contracting from a very expanded space. So it feels like you're going back to ground zero, but you're not. You're so much more expanded than you were. You're just going through a little contraction, which is totally normal. So don't fight the feeling. We can't stay high all the time. We can't stay that way. And why? Well, it's the way nature is. Why does the sun rise? Why do birds fly? Why is the ocean blue? Well, we know actually with the blue and the sky blue and all that stuff. But what we do know from quantum physics is there's a wave particle function, and that everything is light and sound, frequency and vibration. Everything is light, sound, frequency, vibration. And so there's a wave. There's a wave to frequency. There's a wave to sound and vibration. And in a wave, there's the up top part of the wave and the bottom part of the wave, top part of the wave, bottom part of the wave. The top part of the wave is no better than the bottom part of the wave. In fact, you have to have a bottom part of the wave in order to have a top part of the wave. That's kind of the way it works. So what I am working on in my own life right now is not fighting those lows. For so long, I thought, oh man, what do I got to do to pull myself out of this? Come on, JJ, get going. Come on, John, pick yourself up. Go get this done. Go be productive. Go do this. And sometimes you're just in a funk, and admitting it and dealing with it and allowing it, accepting it, does more to get you out of the funk than resisting the funk. And this is another true spiritual principle. Acceptance is the only thing that heals. Resistance and condemnation never heal. And what we mistakenly think is that if I accept the way that I'm feeling right now, I'm going to stay that way. It's like resignation. I'm getting a passport to the nation of the resigned, resignation. But that's not the case. Actually, the truth is that when you When you accept how you're feeling, you begin to unravel those tightly wound patterns that got you there in the first place. Now, I was thinking about this on the way walking over to the Rythmia studio, um, to the media room. I was thinking about this, wondering like, well, what about people who are like clinically depressed? What about people who are like really in a funk? And there are definitely some, like, clinical depression has to do something more with chemistry. And there's always time to work through, there's different ways to work through depression. And plant medicine is a huge benefit for dealing with depression because of the serotonin that's involved, as well as its ability to help us stop ruminating, which tends to be one of the biggest drivers for depression. Let me see if I can read. All right, the screen is really far away over there. Let me see if I can read what the end. Everything is always moving. Energy is always moving. Yes, thank you. Don't and Andy says, don't fight it, invite it. Don't fight the feeling. I keep trying to think, what song is that? Don't fight the feeling. Is it an Aretha Franklin song? I don't know. Don't fight the feeling. Okay, totally lost track. Don't fight the feeling, John. Don't fight the feeling. I'm feeling the reason why this topic is coming up today is because I'm in a little bit of a funk. Not bad, right? Just a little bit. Oh, we were talking about rewiring the brain with stopping rumination with plant medicine and depression. And there is an interesting statistic that says 85% of people that come to Rhythmia do not go back on SSRIs or antidepressants. So there's something really amazing about the Rhythmia program and ayahuasca that tends to really deal with depression. Now, when you're having a little bit of a contraction, like today I'm having a little bit of a contraction, I'm not clinically depressed. I'm not sad and I can't like get out of bed. Just a little, I'm not my normal like 10 plus, energy. And um and it's okay. It's okay. Let me just be in this space today. It's all right. I got a few things done. I wasn't as productive as I wanted to be, but I kept moving forward. I accomplished some things on my list that I wanted to do. I came, I had lunch with a guest. Um, I was really trying to help her. And usually uh, by the end of the conversation, there's an insight. And at the end of this conversation, there wasn't, which is always like, "Arr." And then I get to trust that everything's unfolding in divine uh, perfection and that they're on their royal road. And we just get to trust in God. We get to trust in the presence. And and then I came over here and there was technical difficulties. I came on 15 minutes late because the camera wasn't set up right and I couldn't get it to do the thing and it wasn't focusing and and got that. And you know what? It's all, oh, it's, this is the day. This is my day. This is my day. And I actually am so grateful for this day because I always think, you think about those post-apocalyptic films that come out, and the guy was like complaining about mowing the lawn, mowing the lawn and doing all this shit, or the debt that he's experiencing, and then fast forward to the post-apocalypse and everything's destroyed and they're scrounging for food, and he's like, man, I wish I had those bills to worry about. I'd give anything to mow the lawn today. That'd be great. So I think about that, right? When this stuff comes on, when this stuff happens, when you have a little bit of a contraction, it's like, hey, I'm grateful for this contraction because it could be a lot worse. Now that's not, I'm not going there like it could be a lot worse, but to be grateful because there's so many things going right in my life right now. There's so many things going right in your life right now. And we tend to focus on this one little thing. There's a saying in Spanish that says, no te enfoque en el punto negro. Don't focus on the black dot. Like, it's, you got a white piece of paper and a whole paper is white and there's this one little black dot down in the corner and you're like, yeah, but the black dot, like, that's kind of like what it is when we're going through a contraction. And it's like, oh, I'm feeling this way. I'm not feeling level 10. I'm not feeling A plus today. And it's like, oh my God, but you got up this morning, your dog was there, your coffee maker worked, everything, the electricity, you could flush the toilet, water ran in the shower, a computer turned on, the internet was working, car turned on, you could make it down the road. Like, because, there are, welcome to Costa Rica. There are days when the power goes out, and when the power goes out, the water goes off because the water's on a pump. Not here at Rhythmia, because they got all this redundancy. But in the rustic cabin that I live in, when the power goes out, the water's on the pump. So when the power goes out, the water's out. So you don't have water. You can't wash your hands. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't do none of that. And then you're like, oh man, internet's out. Can't do anything. It's like I'm in the fucking Flintstone age right now. I got to read a book. Anyway, I'm really rambling on now, but the idea is don't fight the feeling, baby. Don't fight it. Ride that wave. If you're in the low part of the wave, be in the low part of the wave. Because right now, here's what I know. What's happening right now in my life means I'm on the upswing for another peak. Because every peak has a valley. Every valley has a peak. Every time. You can't have a valley without a peak. It's the way it works. Can't have winter without spring. Winter is necessary, and important stuff happens in winter for spring to occur. Important stuff happens when I'm in a contraction for an expansion to occur. That's the way it works. As above, so below. Any spiritual law must be proved in nature, and nature just proved it, baby. So that's our talk today. Don't fight the feeling. That's not a song. I think it was just something Aretha said in concert one time. I remember that concert. I mean, I wasn't there. I had a live recording, one of my favorite albums of all time. Do you remember albums? Remember when we used to have albums? Wait, is somebody telling me something about the Aretha song? No. Okay. So, remember albums? I miss albums. But there was an album, Aretha Live at the Fillmore West, 1971, at the Fillmore West in San Francisco. And the band was awesome. You guys should check out that album. Best version of Dr. Feelgood you ever heard. Best version of Respect you ever heard. And Ray Charles is in the audience. And she's singing, and then she goes, I discovered Ray Charles. Ray, come up and play. And then Ray comes up. They bring Ray up, and she goes, Ray, play a little bit for us. You sit right here. He goes, all right, Ray, I'll pay for you. So he sits down, and then Ray starts playing on the organ, and Aretha's singing, and the crowd's like, wow, best. And I think that's when she said, don't fight the feeling. Okay. There's my... That's my Aretha Franklin story. Let me just tell you that album one more time. Aretha Franklin live at the Fillmore West, 1971. Get that album or go look it up. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right. So I think that's our talk for today. That's our fabulous Don't Fight the Feeling talk. And I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you tuning in. And I can't wait to see you either here at Rhythmia or on another Walking the Path or in any other capacity that's going down. I hope we get to meet in person soon. I'm sending you richest blessings and peace beyond human understanding. Don't fight the feeling. Everything is unfolding in divine perfection, just the way it is. Aho, and so